right, welcome. Come on into the room. Welcome to Mo 5,000 times 7. I'm your host, Mo. I'm here today. We're going to get it in. I'm excited about what's going on. It's May. The weather's getting ready to change. It's getting ready to get hot, y'all. This is episode 13. Everybody, please hit the subscribe, hit the like when you come on into the channel. Let's clap it up. We got things to get excited about. I'm not going to play no games. Let's get right into the action. So, for those that haven't seen me in a minute, I've been moving about. The weather's getting great out. It's a great time to be outdoors. We just fresh off of Mother's Day weekend. So all the moms, I hope you had a great time with your kids or children or son or daughter or adopted son or adopted daughter. And even those that are pet lovers that call their animals kids. To everybody, I hope you had a great Mother's Day and time like that. Shout out to all the people. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to everybody, mom. You know what I'm saying? I call my mom the internet, aka the internet, because she know everything, past, present, future. That's my go-to. That's my Google. That's the person I research, I can tap into and get all kinds of knowledge. And for those that don't have that, find your own type of internet. Don't always just rely on the Google search or the other things. Tap into your people. Fresh off of Mother's Day weekend, to all the graduates, everybody that's getting ready to walk or that are walking, congratulations. You have made it. You have made it into the big leagues. Welcome to the sea of life where you got to get in and swim. So all the babysitting and things that you've been doing if you're in college and now you're stepping out into the real world, welcome to the ocean because there's sharks out here. And you know how to swim now. You've been educated on what to do and what not to do. For those that are high school graduates or even going into high school or middle school, junior high, grade school, however you're stepping up, there's going to be new challenges and new things to be excited about and look forward to. I know coming up, there were so many different things that I wanted to see. The main thing I wanted to do was grow taller to be like my compadres, all my friends. I was like, man, they all getting height. What's up with my height? So I finally swole up, got my size and all that good stuff. So again, there's a lot of things to look forward to, but this is the finish line month. May is usually the graduation month, prom, people wrapping up the school year, wrapping up a lot of things as the seasons change. As you can see, I'm rocking to Miami, and the reason, because it's going to be some Miami heat coming. It's getting ready to get hot, y'all. Summertime is coming, so you got to be prepared for the heat. But let's kick it off. Today is the first day of the puppy trial. I told you in episode 12 that they were going to start talking about Puffy and they're going to get into the trial. Well, that day has arrived today. Everyone is looking. It's a spectacle. There's going to be a lot of talk, a lot of things that are heard. You're going to learn a lot of things about the judicial system. You'll learn about attorneys. You'll learn about the judge, juries, how things are done. Everybody will have their input on what takes place. One of the things that I would gather from all of that and all that you watch is learn that you always need someone to be able to defend your position if you should get in legalities or trouble. Puffy's in a situation right now where he's going to need all the help he can get because the allegations against him are serious. And we'll see what plays out. There's going to be all kinds of things that stand out as this plays out. I don't need to jump on board with that. I'm only doing the highlights because, again, I'm not really concerned about that type of situation. You got to live your life the right way. And sometimes people interfere with that. So make sure that you make great relationships with the people that you care about, whether it's male or female. Make sure that you're good with your people so that you don't have to deal with something like this and put your business everywhere. The elevated police shootings. I know some of y'all have seen some of the shootings. There's body cams by these officers that are taking aim on some of these youngsters. Some have the training to do things, some do not. Some people are quick to grab their firearms and let go. There's always going to be a goofy zone where if you don't have that proper training, you may pull out on the wrong person or act too fast and didn't let things develop. So for the officers out there, excuse me, for the officers out there, please take the time to do your training properly. And for people that are having run-ins with the law, or you're around areas where law enforcement is prevalent, whether it be a club, whether it be a sporting event, you're out late at night, you're hanging somewhere where there's going to be some activity, know that the police are there for a purpose, and it's to keep structure if things get way out of bounds. And it's not always somebody watching what you're doing. That's a hot spot that you're in, and you have to know that. And when you have hot spots, there's things that come with hot spot action. Sometimes you got to make sure that you're not in harm's way if you want to live a long time. There's some people who like to live their life fast, and there's some people who like to end it just as fast. So again, some of these officers that are out here that are recording have training to make sure that things don't get way out of bounds. And sometimes that brings death. And believe it or not, if you put yourself in those positions, it's even worse. So please be on the lookout. Sometimes you got people, let's talk about the people that's hunting. Because you got some officers out here that's on the wrong side. And you'll find those in some of the smaller areas, smaller towns, and even the big cities. There's groups of people that protect themselves like a brotherhood. That's nothing scary. That's what it is. And if you're too silly to see that, shame on you. But in protecting each other, sometimes you do things that are not correct because you do things in a group mentality and not dealing with the individual before you. So don't jump to conclusions. Learn, get that after study, do the things that you need to do, and be well spoken in the event something should happen. You need to get out and let the community know what's going on with you, instead of letting some lawyers talk. Sometimes you might have to say some things to the people that you serve. All right, so the elevator shootings, man, please be on the lookout, man. It's summertime. As people gather, there's car shows, there's street things. There's gonna be people out here, man, and that's gonna jump up because now people are no longer inside. It's not winter anymore. Spring is here, but we in the summer zone, and that means police outside and patrolling. So you got to be aware of that. Let's talk about the tariff changes. Last time I talked to you, the tariffs at the beginning of April were just starting to take place. Our President Trump put in changes with some of the countries trying to recoup money back for the things that we were being overcharged for. Some of those other countries have taken their tariffs and put it to us and said, let's go on and play this game. Let's do this dance, y'all. So the dance is on, and now we are in May. And the effects as of last Sunday are being felt. The last shipments from China arrived a couple weeks ago, and those ships are minimized. So the cargo ships that come in bring lots of cargo, and it's enough work for the dock workers who are on the coast that are unloading, and they have enough time to have overtime to work extra. Now it's to the point where they might not even work a couple days a week, and those days are not full days because there's not a whole lot of stuff coming in. So the tariffs are in full swing, and we're starting to feel the pinch from that. Certain prices for certain items are going up. Our president is talking about things that are going down, like gas and certain other pharmacy things that he's working on. But the everyday person is starting to feel the crunch in some of the grocery stores, some of the day-to-day needs that they need. Those prices are starting to skyrocket, and you're going to see that. Even if they were to change the tariffs as of today, it takes about 30 to 60 days for that change to be felt for the shipping aspect of things. So put that in mind. If I made a change today, you're not going to feel it to the end of the month or the beginning of the next month and so on. That's how the shipping works. And so all of the people that are importing, exporting things here, that are scaling back, you're going to feel the pinch for that this summer. They're already talking about Christmas time and toys not being delivered because all of that stopped. You're not going to feel the effects for that. It's now May, so you got May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 7 months from here. 7 months, things are going to dry up. And you're going to start to hear the complaints of what's not making it if changes aren't made. Let's get into Cash App. For those that want to donate to the channel, you can hit me at Cash App, $ Mo Nature, or $ MON, the number 8TR. That's at Cash App, $ MON, the number 8TR. Mo Nature, you can hit me up, donate to the channel. We can put the mic in people's faces and go different places. We can talk about all kind of things. I talk about all kind of current topics. I talk about cars. If you've been on my channel, you know I talk about cars. I show cars. I like music, old school music. I'm into all of that. If you like hip hop and you want to hear some phenomenal stuff, I got a daughter that just happens to be in a rap group, super rap group called Mother Nature. Phenomenal. So go to Mother Nature Bars with a Z. Mother Nature Bars with a Z. You can find Clever, you can find Truth, two dynamic MCs who spitting real stuff, great music. We got some summer tour stuff coming up real soon. There's going to be announcements for some pop-ups and different things that the group is going to be doing. I can't wait for you all to hear it. Also, if you want to get into some good film, I also have a son. His name is Najah Knox. I'm going to put his information below so you can see it. This is the guy you want to get to if you want to get to the film, videos. Everybody's based in Houston, Texas. I'm going to have you get with him. When you see it, scan it. You can look at it. Phenomenal photographer. That's what's up. So the family has got skills in many, many different levels. Just showing you a little bit. Let's go into the storm since it's May. May. April showers bring May flowers, but it's about to get hot, y'all. So there's certain regions already, I would say down south, that's already catching heat. But now the humidity is coming behind that up north, and anytime you have that type of humidity, cool air and hot air, that means tornadic. And I've been saying that for the last couple months, like, hey, y'all need to prepare. This is going to be a violent one. I think that things are really going to ramp up this year different than most years because there's already been craziness happening with just downpours. That alone is crazy. So out in the Midwest, it's a lot of floods. Down south, it's a lot of floods. The ground can't hold all that water. We haven't even brought in hurricanes. We're just talking about storms. I haven't talked about wildfires. I haven't talked about dust storms. I haven't talked about any of that. But now the tornadoes are jumping off. The heat, the violent shifts from 50 and 60 degrees to 80, 90, that's violent. That's a violent shift. When you have that happen, you're going to have storms. You're going to have extreme lightning. You're going to have extreme winds. You're going to have frontline winds that knock everything over. And that's tornadic. So you got to be aware of that. Please take cover and do the things that you need to do so that you're not in a situation. Because like I said, it's like Miami and the hurricanes. Hey, that's coming. That's coming. It's not to be dooming and glooming. It's to be prepared. Because that's kind of what's happening. It's going to be much more destructive. The days are getting longer because we're in the summer. I think the longest day of the year is in June. Before it starts to change. But right now, the nights are getting short. Sun is coming up faster. So, there's a lot more time in the day to do things. With that, you have a lot of music festivals. This is Music Festival month. Actually, last month is like the kickoff, but May is really the kickoff, especially going into Memorial Day weekend. You'll have a lot of different national music fests, even international. When you're going to these music festivals, I need to give you the do's and don'ts. Cue the music. Do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts. So if you're going to music festivals, the first thing I would suggest to you is to make sure you go with a friend. When you have a buddy system, it's a lot easier to do things that you couldn't do by yourself. The first thing is remember. So some people go, they do experimental things when they go to these festivals. Sometimes they get lost in emotion to the favorite artist that they might see. You might lay some gear down in your backpack or your phone somewhere and totally walk off from it because you're in the moment with the music. Or you're under the influence of another person, whether it be a male or female, and you're having a good time, or you just wowed by all the lights and designs and different things that you see as you mix and mingle. When you have a person with you, you always have somebody that is sharing like-minded thoughts to say, okay, we're going to keep our stuff here, or we put our stuff here, or this is what we do. You can recount what you're doing very easily. A lot of the dangers that you have happen at some of these music festivals is people can't remember what they've been doing, and it becomes hard to backtrack their steps. And then you rely on others to piece it up so that we can kind of see what's going on. So the dues is have somebody with you if you can. That always makes it a lot more pleasurable. If you're taking pictures and things of that nature, at least you got somebody that can help you do it. If you need to do something and walk away from your gear, you have somebody that can oversee it while you use the bathroom or go get food or whatever the situation may be. One of the things that you don't do is walk away from your stuff. A lot of times people have this peace and love type vibe, like everything is cool with the people you're around, and nobody would do this to my stuff. And this is a festival where it's love and we're all together. Do not get wild. There's people who prey on others at festivals. Trust me. And for those that have never been, that's not a frightening thing. You got to remember, where there's good things, you have bad things. Where you have advantages, you have disadvantages. Where you have prosperity, you got crooks. So you always have to be on the swivel, meaning looking around to see what's going on in your environment and know that there's some people there that are trying to be deceptive and mix amongst the good folks. So having an extra person with you helps you in that situation. When you're by yourself, you need to be alert of what's going on. Another thing that you do, make arrangements. So what's your backup plan? What's your place of refuge in the event something should go crazy at an event? You never think about what would happen if the weather changes very quickly and you need to escape and get shelter. What's your meetup point? If you have car trouble and you need a ride, who's your backup to come get you? What's your escape route to get to the next level of safety if you need to before you even go? All of these things are crucial because it's summertime. Everybody's not available. One of the things that you don't do is panic. There's people who prey on folks that panic. And people empty their pockets trying to get from town to town, like, oh man, my ride left me and I'm stuck here at this festival. I don't know what to do. And there's always somebody, I'll take you, but it's going to cost you. And you start emptying your pockets thinking that you're doing the right thing. And some of these people are pros at what they do, meaning the price start getting steep. And before you know it, you've spent more money than you should have. If you had not panicked and made the right moves, you might have saved yourself a lot of money and a headache. Please be careful out there. If you're out there drinking, there's people who are spiking drinks. Got to be aware of that. There's other dangers that are far more dangerous than that. But that's the easiest trick in the book because people are out there doing what they do. Don't walk away from your drinks. If you're going to be partying and kicking it, make sure that if you got an open container that it's in your hand. If you set it down, don't drink it. If you walk away from it, that's the rules. It's like in a bar. You don't drink something after you walk away from it. That's the wrong thing to do. If you're going to have things in an open container or a closed container, I should say, that's a good thing. Or Camel Pack with the straw and you're all good. You can move, stay hydrated and things like that. Be alert. Have a little first aid kit with you in your bag, a cool rag or something that you can put over yourself, and just some basics. There's some things that you can go online and find for those that are first time people going to festivals. And lastly, always enjoy yourself. Enjoy the music, enjoy the vibe. Be prepared if a group that you like don't show, because that happens at festivals too. So you learn to do all the different things, learn the area, and have a good time. But that's my stuff for the do's and don'ts for festivals. Um, as you travel for summer, this is outside of that. Get your car checked. We are now out of winter. We are in spring. It's full blown. People are taking road trips. Get your car checked out. Get the oil changed. Check your tires if you're going to be hitting the road. Make sure your coolant is good if you ride in the air. I noticed that the other day. I'm super old school. So when I be in my car, like I had the windows rolled down. Like I'll turn on the air when I need to. And if it's going to be mad hot, I know there's another level of coolness I can get to without running it all the way down. But there's some cars that I've seen on the highway. It's like everybody got their windows up, like all the time. And if you overseas, when they come to America, they say, we don't want that artificial air. The artificial air. So enjoy the weather, do all that. Know that you got an extra level of coolant so that you can get yourself cooled off and be in luxury. And if you won't be in luxury all the time and you just like, I'm not even trying to deal with the heat, none of that, make sure your coolant and things are good, your fluids are right, so that when you're on the road, you're having a pleasant time and not a serious breakdown where you really might need it. Years ago, man, I was a little kid. I remember my family, we were traveling from up north going to Atlanta, and I had my grandmother with me. Long story short, our car broke down, and I remember my grandmother got ill, and I remember how hot it was on that particular day. And so at first, when we pulled over to the side, it was a situation, and we realized the car wasn't gonna start. I was a little kid. I don't know nothing about no cars, but the adults didn't know exactly what to do, so we had to call a tow truck. And this is in the days when there was no cell phone, so somebody had to go find the phone to make a call. But during that process, the windows in the car had to come down. We didn't want things blowing around, so they were partially down already. But when my grandmother started coughing and, starting to take a turn for the worse, of course, all the windows came down, and naturally, we're on the side of the highway. The doors came open on the passenger side to really get the airflow going. And I remember how hot it was and the sound of trucks going by. And I was like, man, this is terrible. Like, man, if I could do anything to get us out of this situation, I would. And we had some snacks and things in the car, but like we was way underprepared for the amount of time that we sat on the side of the road in those conditions. So again, have the things that you need in the car or in the trunk. Be prepared for whatever, because you never know what's going to happen. Get your car checked out. Don't be silly and be moving around and then have something happen to you. Have your stuff on deck. For those that ride around with a cell phone, make sure your charger is good. If you got a battery pack, an extra one, bring that. Solar pack, all of that good stuff. Those basic things are better than having AAA, because even AAA, you got to make a phone call. Can't make a phone call if you ain't got no power to your phone. So those are important things. Check your car out as you travel for summer, because it's beautiful out. The weather's going to get good. There's a lot of different things to see. And like I said, it's Miami heat, so it's going to get hot, and I need y'all to be aware of what's going on. So without going too far, that's the end of this episode 13. I am Mo. This is Mo 5000 times 7. We talk about all kind of things. Leave your comments below. Please like and subscribe. You can watch this. There's other things on the podcast. You can go all the way back to episode 1 and watch all kind of things. You'll see the timeline of different things that have happened in the Americas and all over the world as I talk about it. If you have topics or things you want me to speak on, please throw that in the chat. Throw it in. We can talk about it. We can mix it up. I'm going to be moving around. We're going to be doing some summer spots as we tour with the Mother Nature situation. I'm going to be in different places, and I'm going to be doing pop-ups, going live. You're going to see all kinds of different things. You'll see other team members that are down with the crew. Use the Mother Nature hat. These are Mo sneakers. You know what it is. I'm rocking Clippers. Word to my cousin Ash. And this barbershop, I even rocking his beard culture hat. You know what it is. Trying to get it in. Again, to everybody, it's May, y'all. We have made it. We are now warming up. The cold days are gone. It's definitely warm, and it's only going to heat up as we get deeper in the month. Stay tuned, because there's more coming. And with that, before the buzzer sounds, I want to say peace.